What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Double Crown Talk Time here on youtube.com/DoubleCrownGames. My name's Richard.
And I'm Matt.
And this is our buddy Christian.
Oh,
shit.
Yeah,
well, you fucked. No, I'm just kidding. We're not starting over. This is our weekly show that goes up every single Friday, except for this week. It's going up on, what's today? Wednesday. It's going up Wednesday night, probably.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's going up tonight. I'm not putting it up on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it'll upload and be up
Whenever it's
Thursday a.m.
done. At the very least.
Bright and...
Good morning.
not
Bright and dark.
Bright and dark. But yeah, if you like this video, you can check out our other videos because I believe this is episode number 31. So
a whole month of doing these if you watched one a day.
So yeah,
That's a milestone.
what is it? It's smash the motherfucking like button.
That is what some say.
That's what some say, but also subscribe to the channel, and that way you can see whenever we put up videos of all the other junk we do.
It's not junk to me.
It's not junk to me either.
Oh, that's precious.
I know. But normally we start things off, Matt, and we talk about what we've been doing, what we've been playing. You've been playing shooting Battlefield. I've been playing some Dota. He doesn't play games. So we're just going to jump right into today's topic. The PlayStation meeting was today, boys. The PlayStation 4 Pro was announced, as well as the Slim.
Indeed, yeah.
I will let you two fight over who gets to talk first.
You can talk first.
Oh.
Zing? Didn't expect that move.
Okay, so I agree with the PS4 Slim is like a announcement only because we
knew it was happening for the leak. It's kind of sucks, but even then, it's like, okay, those happen all the time.
Like in the Slim version of a console is almost like a guarantee.
Yeah,
at some point throughout the life cycle. Yeah. So like, it's a matter of when.
Because it was a hardware refresh.
Yeah. It is like kind of. I didn't expect them to say that they were going to replace the old PS4 so soon. Mm-hmm. Like I thought it was going to be one of those things where like, hey, so we'll still have these old ones out in the wild, and you can get those for $250, and then here's your Slim for $299, and then here's the Pro for
however amount. Yeah.
And but they were just straight up like, yep, get them out of the store. Slims only, and that's the new PS4, which I was like, that's cool. I mean, whatever. They're essentially the same thing.
Yeah,
so.
And I think it's also like with the Pro being a similar form factor with like the curved edges and stuff, it's just like aesthetically like this is what we are. Mm-hmm. So, I get that marketing wise.
And then should I go into the PS4 Pro or
I mean, do you want
to keep going with Slim?
I missed a large chunk of the conference.
You don't have anything to say.
Got him. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I saw a few things that are escaping.
I saw like 3 screenshots on Twitter, so I mean, I saw part of it.
I pretty much watched the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was 4 minutes long. Yeah, I mean, we could just jump in about the Pro. I don't remember. You weren't like too keen on it. I was pretty skeptical. I don't know how your thoughts were before.
I was extremely skeptical. I was with you guys in that thread in that Facebook group that we're in, where it's like, hey, they could really mess this up if they word this wrong. Mm-hmm. Or put this in the wrong way. So yeah, I was extremely skeptical.
Okay. Well, Matt, do you want to share your thoughts first, and we'll kind of go from there, because I have a lot of notes.
Yeah, you always do.
Not always.
Yeah,
not
the
lately.
PS4 Pro part is the part that I have a lot.
Yeah. There's a lot. I have a lot of weird feelings. I have.
I only took away one thing from this, really, maybe a few things, but from the gist of it, my thought was, why do I need this? Mm-hmm. And I couldn't give you a reason why.
Okay.
I don't have a 4K TV. Mm-hmm.
You don't have an HDR TV.
I don't have an HDR.
Because we have the same TV.
Yeah. Also, whenever he said he turned it on in that Horizon part, I was like, I can't tell. It looks like pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So I don't know how important that would be to me.
There's some stuff that went up on Twitter that I saw that were still images that were side by sides that were showing the differences, which it was a lot more clear.
I bet side by side would be a lot better.
It's basically like I expected it to be like more color saturation, but it's more like brightness values.
Yeah, so that's the problem, right? Is that like they didn't show a side by side, because if they show a side by side, then like people who are watching it are like, man, my game looks like garbage. So I'm gonna go play. But then like I think only by showing it side by side do you even show why you should why somebody should
Yeah.
purchase it.
Yeah, that's fair, because
Yeah.
I remember when Blu-ray came out at the Walmart in my hometown, they had Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull playing side by side.
DVD and Blu-ray.
Yep. At the same exact moment.
And
I was
DVD
just-
looks like you're just like looking through your fingers. Like,
yeah, like that was the first time that I looked at something and I was just like,
What the fuck?
holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like we've been watching this for how long?
Well, that was the same way when I saw the Horizon thing. I was like, this looks like all the Horizon footage I've
Yeah.
seen. And then he's like, and I'm turning it on, and then he like, the screen
Does
like
whatever he
slides
does.
down, but then you're just like, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. Continue, you smooth talking man.
Yeah. Mark Cerny.
But like the only thing that seemed like a direct benefit to me, which I don't even know if I'm going to get PlayStation VR, but they were talking how the PlayStation 4 Pro works in conjunction with it to where it could either be higher resolution in
Yeah.
the headset or better frame rate in the headset, which I think was the only time that they talked about frame rates in general.
I think so, yeah.
Did they say that it was better frame rate?
Yep,
on the
they said they
headset?
could. They from what it sounded like is they like PSVR was like fair, like do what you want with the power in PSVR. Like you figure it
Huh.
out. Like if you need to use like or not maybe not need, but if like you need like if better frame rate would help your game substantially, use it for that. If you want if it runs fine the way it is and it doesn't like need 120 or whatever the fuck frames per
It's
second.
100. Yeah.
You can do better
See, because the weird thing is that
pixel densities or whatever.
we all have played the PSVR demo. I know
Yeah.
you guys did like a
Yeah.
video on it, but it's like that was just running on a regular PS4.
Yeah.
We could see it
Mhm.
at the demo station. And I didn't have any sort of like frame rate issues.
I didn't
or-
either, but I mean, maybe I don't know, maybe it could, for bigger and better ideas,
well,
maybe.
So that's what I mean
don't
is that'll be
know.
kind of a bummer if there's like a game that comes out that's like, hey, this one will make you sick on the regular PlayStation 4, but on the Pro you'll be at a smooth 60,
Yeah,
so you won't
exactly.
throw up. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, and
well,
that's I kind of
okay.
thought about that when they said it. I was like, that could really the only option like a developer could go for at that point is you can do frame rate, but if it sucks on the regular version, like you're kind of like boning the consumer.
yeah.
Are
So
you
then
gonna
I
do that?
think, so then at that point I think the developer would have to make the choice then to back the game down.
Yeah.
So like, because there was the thing that Austin Walker at the time when he was with Giant Bomb when he broke this news that there was that developer thing that said like it has to be able to
Yeah.
work
Mhm.
on the regular PlayStation 4. So hopefully
Yeah.
they don't ever run into that.
Yeah, and I wonder if maybe something like that had to do with why they didn't touch frame rate too much, but I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'll just jump into my notes from here, and we'll just kind of go.
Learn me a thing.
Learn you a
Professor
thing.
Richard.
Well, first things first. I'll
the
learn you
Riz.
this opinion out of my head. Fact. It's an opinion, not a fact.
Okay. What's the difference?
For me, nothing. Literally, there's no difference for me. I saw a lot of people on the Twitter and on the internet complaining that it was very boring. Was it boring? Sure. At the same time, it was called the PlayStation meeting, and when Andrew House didn't leave the stage in about 45 seconds once he started, and then Mark Cerny came out, I'm like,
Yeah.
this is fucking business.
Yeah.
This is not fun. You are not. We are here to learn information, factual information, and this is for like that's it. Like
So,
that's all we're getting today.
It's the same people who are saying that are the same people that find John Carmack's like keynote boring.
Yeah.
Whereas like when I read that or when I listen to that stuff, I'm like, you are just the smartest person
Yeah.
I've ever seen. Like it's the same thing with Mark Cerny. Like he didn't even talk. Like there was a couple points where I was like, I get it, man.
Yeah.
HDR.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But like past that, like yeah, I agree.
Like, that's why
I think
yeah.
people were way too critical on that part.
I do too.
Because it was clear from the beginning, like the first, I would agree with you. The first minute, okay, I know what this is going to be.
Yeah.
Now. It's not going to be an E3 scissor reel with
Yeah.
like Geo Course coming out being like, "What's up, man? Who
Dude,
wants
you
the
guys like
PS4
Vita?
Pro?"
Yeah,
I know.
woo! Every Vita game's a PlayStation 4 game's a Vita game.
This is-
Remote play.
This was everyone in here is wearing a suit and tie, and
Yeah.
I'm speaking directly to the investors right now.
Exactly.
exactly
yeah,
what they're doing,
I mean
yes.
that's what it is, and it kind of going to what you said, especially with when Mark Cerny came out and he was doing all the technical talk and all that stuff. Like that was really interesting.
I love that stuff. yeah, like I eat that stuff up.
That stuff's really cool, and I think, like, I guess part of like where my first like sort of thought comes from this is that a lot of people said it was boring, and they said like like Matt was saying like who, or maybe you said it like before we started recording, like who is this for, or maybe it's, I just had read that a whole bunch, but like who is it for? Why am I gonna buy it? And in kind of thinking about that, it's not. I think a lot of people think that they're like, if someone cares about graphical fidelity, they're playing on PC, hands down. Like they're not gonna fight you and fuck with consoles. I don't think that's true. I know similar. We talked about our friend Blackbird, Justin, and I was like, he's gonna buy one of these even though he just bought a PS4, because there are people out there who just like to buy new technology.
Yep.
They don't want to. He built his own computer, or his friend built it for him. But I know people, even other people that worked with us at Best Buy, who just liked buying an Apple Watch. They've always bought the new iPhone.
Like a new thing comes out and they just go,
that's really cool.
Sign me up.
They're like, oh man, like, and those people do have 4K TVs. You know what I mean? So like, sure, that's not like a wide market, and that's not like a huge amount of people that are going to go out there and buy it. It's not me and you that have these 1080p TVs, or you as well, but like those people exist. And I think that if Sony's so far ahead that they can maybe stumble with this, it's worth taking the risk, I think, because they're so far ahead, so they have that ability to take that chance. Yeah,
the only thing that I wish they would have done is similar to what Xbox did when they gave like their little thing about the Scorpio.
Yeah,
I wish they would have had first-party Sony people, just like a 30-second thing from their developers, their first-party studios being like, yo, the PS4 Pro, when we're making our next game, like, it's the truth. It's working super well for us. Like, because then you get people, and I don't think this is the case, but then you get people like Patrick Klepek, who was like, yo, developers just aren't excited about the PS4 Pro. And
I was about to say, like,
I was like, you can't definitively say that unless you have sources, which you may.
He does. So everything that he was saying, he was like, from the developers I've talked to here, like, it's very mixed. Like, some people are like, this is cool. Some people are like, I don't really care.
Right.
And even, sorry, not to interrupt you, real quick, but not Neil Gaiman, Neil Druckmann. Tweeted out, he was like, man, HDR makes our sunsets in The Last of Us and Uncharted 4 look so pretty. High resolution's pretty cool too, but man, those sunsets. And I'm like, dude, you sound like you don't give two fucks about this. I was like, I know you're trying to like signal boost a little bit, but like, you're super transparent right now.
Whereas like they showed the like Microsoft showed the, I forget his name, but the guy who's directing Gears 4 now, who was the co-director on all the other ones. Yeah. He was like, yo, the new Xbox One, like the Scorpio or whatever, is just the best machine I've ever used, period. Like, and he may not actually care, but having somebody like that come out and be like, you guys, you should really like this product. It's really cool. I think would go a long way to get a lot of people on the internet to be like, okay, well,
these
like
people that are like
it.
in the industry that are like, they're like, oh, okay, well, developers think it's cool, so clearly like there's going to be a benefit for gamers and like us as
that
consumers.
was the only misstep in messaging, I think, is I wish they would have just done that, but
yeah. And I think so, and I have like, I guess like a tinfoil hat theory about the PS4 Pro as well, that kind of goes hand in hand with the no 4K Blu-ray player being involved. So I guess, I mean, I'll kind of touch on that,
which I think is weird that that's like the. So there's a picture that's floating around right now.
I saw that you posted it,
where the Xbox One S and the PS4 Pro essentially have the same features, except for the PS4 Pro has like the enhanced gaming, like 4K thing, whereas the Xbox One S opted for a 4K Blu-ray player, but then not
enhanced gaming.
Which I think because the enhanced gaming is supposed to come from the Scorpio, or whatever, but still, it's like. That's a weird game, but anyway, continue about the 4K Blu-ray player.
So I mean, so the 4K Blu-ray player, and basically, like I saw that and I was thinking about it, and I think that, and again, I don't know like specifically like what Microsoft may have known or what Sony may have known beforehand, but I feel like maybe if they had the option to like, because it's coming out November. Yeah. So it's not in stores yet. So I don't know how long it's been in production.
And apparently, if I remember, if I heard this correctly, the Slim is coming out the 15th. Yeah. I cannot believe I haven't seen that at work yet. Yeah. Like, straight up.
It'll probably be coming in this week.
It would have been like it'd have to be like that night, like the night before. That's insane.
But But yeah, so the 4K Blu-ray player, I wonder if, so and my tinfoil hat theory goes basically, Sony sees Scorpio and says, fuck, like this isn't good enough. Like this isn't like we need to we need to make we need to work on PlayStation. We need to work on PlayStation 5 right now. So what do? They like, okay, we'll keep the cost down. We'll call it. It'll be the PlayStation 4 Pro. I mean, because it seemed like maybe this was supposed to be something about this at PSX. There were all these things where it seemed like they were supposed to be talked about sooner, but it kept getting pushed off. And so I'm wondering if once they got information about like, okay, they're gonna have that 4K Blu-ray player, we won't do that. Like we'll hold off on that, and like we'll basically like kind of like let this take the fall, or like roll the dice with it and see what happens, and then start working on the PlayStation 5 to counter, basically to combat the Scorpio. Because
so I actually agree with you. I think what's going to happen is Microsoft hasn't said what the Scorpio is going to be yet.
Yeah.
They just have said that it's going to be the next Xbox thing.
Yeah.
So I full on believe that's what's going to happen is in 2017 they are going to announce the full thing of that thing, and then it's out in 2018, and that is your next Xbox console. Like that is the Xbox original to Xbox 360 jump. Like those Scorpio games are not going to work behind you. And
exactly.
And I think that's why the Xbox One S has all that stuff slammed in there, is so that it can stay relevant with the HDR stuff and all of that up until their 4K console comes out in 2018.
Yeah. Well, the interesting is the HDR stuff is coming to regular PlayStation 4s. It's with software, with a firmware update.
So it's all of them, right? It's not just the Slim.
Yeah, it's all of them.
That's what.
So, like, what's interesting to me is I'm like really curious as if like Sony didn't even give a fuck about the HDR thing, and then because the Xbox One S came out, they were like, well, we got to start talking about HDR, and I want like, to me, that's when like the messaging got really weird during the conference. So I'm like, they're like, oh well, shit. Now we have to talk about HDR gaming. Great, more fucking shit to like shovel into people's mouths to like, our ears. Shovel words into my mouth. Yeah. But like that part, I was like, all right, like this, it's getting like, I like the tech stuff, but this is getting to be a little much. Can we like talk about something else? So I don't know. I feel like they just had to talk about HDR as much as they did to be like, hey guys, look, we're not like Xbox did it with the Xbox One S. Like we're gonna do it on all of them too. Like it's fine. We're not behind. So I don't know. Like that kind of stuff was annoying, but. Yeah, I don't know. That's my tinfoil hat theory, at least. I feel like
I don't think that's very tinfoily, to be honest, because the timeline fits.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's totally going to happen.
All right, well, like, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing for me to go on other than my own thoughts.
Yeah, I agree. But like, it's the only thing that makes sense, because I think that if they're doing anything else, like, especially if the PS4 Pro is meant to combat like the Scorpio, then it just off of what Digital Foundry posted about what the specs are supposed to be, it loses instantly.
Exactly.
And in that case, then even like in Microsoft's case, that's such a huge jump from the Xbox One S or the Xbox One in general. It's like, how are you even going to make it so that these games will run on both and make sense?
Exactly.
So I
don't think they will.
No, it's gotta be. I agree. It's gotta be. The Scorpio is going to be out in 2018 to combat, like, it's going to be their new console, and then during that thing they'll be like,
PlayStation 5 will be out 2019. If I had to guess, they're probably like
slamming something together right now.
Yeah, they're. I mean, I'm sure they've been like R&Ding stuff for a while, but like this, like doing it that way, at least if I was Sony, I'd be like, okay, cool, you fucked us. Like you did the Scorpio when we did the PlayStation 4 Pro. You won this time, but we're gonna Scorpio your Scorpio.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, we're gonna have that, or they split their R&D team in two, which could be why the PS4 Pro is underwhelming. Because they're like, now, okay, we had our B team working on this thing. Let's put our other guys working an extra year on the PlayStation 5.
Maybe. I don't know how that industry works.
Do we know if the PS4 Pro has the same specs as the Neo? Like, is it the whole 4 teraflops thing?
As far as it all sounded right. I mean, they didn't say specifically, and I don't think we have like hard like specs and like writing yet, but I believe that like it was like double the GPU and like.
Well, that's what he said. He was like, it's double the GPU. So I was like, okay, but in my head that sounded about
that sounded
what it
like
should
what
be.
I mean, so I don't know. For me, I'm not gonna buy one. If
No.
my PlayStation 4 dies and I can get one for like
With the
$100,
GSP, then yeah.
through like my protection plan at Best Buy and like pay the extra $100, like
Then I'll do it.
yeah,
for sure.
why not? Like if I get a 4K TV because the prices are dropping, why not? Like I don't care. But and for the PlayStation VR, because I am getting that too. So if that turns out to be cool, then like that would be great. But yeah, I don't know. I think it comes down to the fact that like current PlayStation, I don't think this is targeted at current PlayStation 4 owners. That
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, like it's
the launch window makes way more sense for like new people.
It's for new people that don't mind spending the extra $100 to have like the top tier one. And it's like it comes like we talked about this too. Like what we were saying, like what if it's just like a boutique item? And then you were saying if it is, I don't want one. And it's
The weird thing is the design just looks like
it looks pretty bad.
It looks like one half of a PS4 glued onto a regular PS4.
It does. It does. Yep.
And it's just like
it's
weird.
It's like a Big Mac.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like the Big Mac PlayStation. I should tweet that. You heard it here first. Big PS4 Pro is the PS4 Big Mac.
Yes.
But yeah, so yeah, I think that's kind of where I am with it. Like I'm not gonna get one. I have no point. I have no reason to get one. You know, it doesn't sound like the improvements that I'll see is gonna be like worth the money. You know, dropping $400.
So that was like my thing is so I bought an Xbox One S, but I did it strictly for the reason because I don't have a TV that can do any of that stuff. The only reason I bought it was because I was able to do the trade for $100. And it's 40% smaller and doesn't have a power brick.
Yeah.
And that is
also,
like
it's a good looking console.
Yeah, it is actually like a lot, but it is like the same exact size as the PS4 now and doesn't have a giant like power brick on the end of it.
Yeah.
And for me, like I was looking at it and then I did the math and I was like, that's worth $100.
Yeah.
Like I just save the space.
Well,
and
because
like
those power bricks die a lot too.
Yeah, and
From what I've seen,
they get hot. And everything.
exactly.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So
Now all that heat is inside the box.
yeah, I know. Well, so if you look, it's still the entire top is still a vent that just like lets all that stuff.
I've seen
in.
that.
So
Yeah, I don't know. I think I kind of went over everything in my notes. So like my words have been spoken. I'm not gonna buy one.
yeah,
If you don't have a PS4, go buy the Pro. Let Shuhei feed his
And you know,
family.
it's like it's $399, so it's like the same price as what the PS4 was when it launched. So like, that's cool. I was super worried that they were gonna
like
be like
$600.
$599.
I don't think they'll do that ever again. Even if they have to eat a shit ton
I
of
was
money.
gonna say
I don't
that
think
number
they
has got to
will
be scary
ever-
for them.
Yeah.
Like Kaz's got to be like never say $599 in this office ever again. But
exactly.
I man, but just quick aside, did you guys see his like the Kaz fake
The
CEO
fake Twitter.
account?
Oh, it was so good.
God, that person is genius.
Yeah.
And
Very good.
every single time there's a Sony thing,
He's on it.
yes.
I feel like it might be actually Kaz Hirai.
You know what? At some point,
He
you gotta
like
wonder if it
hired
is.
like an American like intern. He's like, hey, I'll give you like $100 per event. Just like tweet funny stuff for me.
Yeah. Okay,
In
like, you
English.
got it.
I was just about to say something and it just escaped me.
Say it.
That doesn't help at all.
Say
Now
it.
you're putting me on pressure.
Putting you on pressure.
But I think that you like your theory is right, and I think that the next console generation is going to be here like 2018, 2019, and two, it's definitely going to be between the Scorpio and the
PlayStation 4,
PS5.
PlayStation Scorpio. It's an armor. We're in an arms race, boys.
Yeah, like
The
that's it's
console
got to be.
wars are back.
Yeah, because
Bigger and better than ever.
My fingers are still super crossed for like the motorcycles. Still, I want the next PlayStation to be modular.
Oh, motorcycles.
Yeah, supercross racing motorcycles. Skip that joke.
What the fuck? You know what he's talking about?
I don't know.
You've never heard of supercross racing?
Get out.
I know what Supercross is, but I don't know what you're talking about.
My fingers were super crossed, and then
Oh, okay.
no, it's
Yeah.
not funny anymore.
No, not at all.
But anyways, I want a modular console. Like if the like
Yeah, I saw you guys talking about this. Like that, I am excited for the prospect of that, but also terrified.
Yeah.
Like, only because, so at the end of it, what I assume then is this like, this weird like 64DD style thing of just like all of these, like the RAM upgrade and the disk drive and all the other things just like slammed onto this box that I bought like 8 years ago, and it's just now like this terrifying monster that has like wires running all, and it's like, please kill me. And I was like,
what I'm envisioning in my head is just like whatever unit is, however big, the processor. Like everything is just it's proprietary connections, form factor fit in. Maybe Sony makes an exclusive deal with like Nvidia or whatever, different suppliers for like the parts.
Yeah.
And they just offer different tiers of them, similar to like if you buy a Mac Pro, you just like customize your own shit, and then they ship one to you.
I think that would confuse too many people.
Yeah, but they could still have the ones in store.
Yeah.
Or it's just like, okay, here's your basic model.
Like,
here's
I think
your
in
Pro
this
model.
group, we would be able to figure it out. Like, we'd be able to go to the website and go, okay, this is what this is, click, click, click. But, like, the people, like, the parents or whatever that have to go, like, buy consoles for their kids.
Yeah, just go to Best Buy. But I think the problem that you run into for, like, you're saying, like, I think we could figure it out, but that's, like, maybe we could figure it out. Because, like, these consoles don't run the same way. Like, sure, they're computers, but, like, I don't know how much RAM is in my PlayStation. I don't know how much RAM you need just for a dedicated gaming console. I have no fucking clue.
I think it's 8 gigabytes of
See, I don't know.
DDR3.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's DDR5.
But that's the
DDR5.
problem. Like, well, yeah, the PS4
for me,
DDR5.
like it would just be like, okay, I have no idea how feasible this is, but it's essentially like plug and play. Like you take the old one out while it's turned off, put the new one in, turn it on. Something auto detects it, installs the drivers or whatever for it, and it just goes.
Man.
I don't know how feasible that is.
I mean,
It
regular
would be
computers
awesome.
are supposed to do that, but like,
Yeah.
imagine all the shit we got at Geek Squad. Like,
Yeah.
I installed new RAM and it just started beeping, and I'm like, cool. Like, that's gonna happen to like how many PlayStations?
Right,
See what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, and then you're like,
Well, and-
fuck, and then you've got like lines out the door of people with like PlayStation M's, which stands for modular, and all of a sudden they're all beeping because a bad batch of RAM went out, and
And then someone's like, oh, your RAM thing was bad, so here's your new PlayStation RAM. You slam that in there, and now it's good to go. Boop, and it turns on.
Yeah.
That would be scary, man. God.
I don't know.
I
So
would
that's
not be
why
able to
See,
work
that's exciting to me. 'cause
I don't
that's
want to
like-
work the jobs we have if that
Yeah.
launches.
yeah.
That's exciting to me because that would just be like, okay, it's like having a gaming PC, but worrying
Yeah, I
with
guess.
less
I mean,
bullshit,
like in his,
'cause
like I
don't
guess
have
you
to deal
could
with
just
Windows.
take out the new RAM that you bought, slam your old one, and if that works, then you go, okay, it's got to be this piece, and you take
You
it
don't
back
know how to
to your Best Buy.
troubleshoot. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, final words.
PlayStation 5 in 2018.
19.
I was gonna say, yeah.
No, they've already been working on it. E3 2017. They're gonna be like coming next year.
No way,
on
dude.
this specific
No
date. At
way.
this time.
You
Get your
you
dicks
are
out.
crazy.
Get your dicks out.
All right. Enough with these jokes. Final words, sir.
If you have a 4K TV and you don't have a PlayStation,
Get one.
get it.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Now's the time.
Yeah, there's never been a better time.
You can pre-order it, I think.
Maybe.
Pre-order it.
You don't even need to pre-order the slim one.
Listen,
You
guys.
just, when this airs, just
There's
go
no
out and
reason to
wait.
be upset. Maybe Sony made a misstep, but we'll be back.
I mean,
Bet your fucking ass when Horizon launches in February next year, I'm gonna be real sad in 3 weeks when I gotta switch over to Persona 5. Thanks for watching.
Did you see the
Sony's
reviews
always
for
been
that?
good as an underdog.
We'll talk about this off camera.
All right.
Sony's always been good as an underdog.
I know.
They're in.
I saw a
good
tweet
spot.
today.
I know they're waiting just to
saw a
gank
tw-
Microsoft in the back.
I saw a tweet today regarding Colin and Greg specifically, and it says, good news is Colin and Greg made their careers whenever Sony wasn't doing anything right. So I was like,
I love
okay.
when Tim was like, no matter what happens today, they can never take away the E3 of dreams from us.
Anyways, you can catch us on Twitter. I am at Nablith,
I'm at _Matthew Curry.
and he's at
Christian off 645.
Hell yeah.
hell yeah. Follow him because he retweets me sometimes. Remember, click subscribe, click like. Unless you don't like it, you can tell me in the comments. Like DS Leo.
Shout out to #1 fan.
Yeah, he is our #1 fan, I think. Tell me how much I'm wrong in the fucking comments, and I'll be like, hey, that's cool. Or I'll tell you to go fuck yourself.
Hey, that's cool. I hate Final Fantasy 15.
Final Fantasy 15 fucking sucks. You know what? Fuck Final Fantasy 15. Fuck you, Tabata. Your game is going to get delayed to 2017. I don't give a fuck what you fucking say. Holy shit, did you see that gameplay footage? Goddamn, I'm glad there's a fucking dress-up sim in my motherfucking JRPG. Goddamn, that's what I fucking needed. Holy shit, Final Fantasy 15. You are just on fucking course to be the greatest Japanese RPG of all time. Motherfucker!